Hi and welcome to S.Chablis. This week we're going to talk about wine, which is no surprise, but we're also going to talk about auctions. I'll see you in a few seconds. Hi and indeed welcome to S.Chablis, and I hope you had a wonderful week. We're back for this week's Q&A, and this week we're going to talk about wine and wine auctions. And the question is it possible to make good deals with wine auctions? Well, the short answer is yes. But now you know me and you know that when I say yes, there's always a but coming next. And indeed, there is a but for wine auction. So a wine auction is fairly easy. You've got an offer, many different wines. You should know what you're bidding for, and you're going to bid. And you're going to bid against different people. And who comes first wins the prize. Actually, it doesn't win. It wins the right to pay for the price, which is a bit different. So how should you go about an auction? Well, to me, the first stage, if you don't want to make any mistake, is really to get ready, to prepare yourself. And that's a lot of work beforehand. So you need to know about the wine, its name, the domain, the vintage, and the potential quality of that wine. Most times, you're going to find that an auction comes with what I call a catalogue, that's a list of the wines, and you're going to find all this information, plus information about maybe a price limit, starting price, which is always important, but also information about the way the bottle is. Is the label intact? Is the level in the wine high or down? So those information are going to be massively important for you. So you're going to take all of that, and then you're going to search for some kind of price. And you can go for different websites. You can even call wine growers. Shouldn't say that, but you can call wine growers. Most of the time you're going to find information on internet, so you can check what level the price should be according to that or this wine. So really, that's the one step you shouldn't miss. That's the one step that will give you an advantage on other bidders, because some of them are just amateurs, so they're going to come here and say whatever they want. Some of them are pros, so they already know all of that, so they don't really need to prepare. But your ability to get prepared, to get ready, is going to make the difference during the auction. Now, there are two different types of wines you're going to find in an auction, and there are two different types, at least, of auctions. The first one is a classical auction. So you've got the catalogue, you've got all the wines. Most of the time it's going to be wines coming from a restaurant that's closed or from a personal cellar. So those are classical. You're just going to bid based on that. Sometimes you're going to find amazing bottles. And then there are auctions for a cause, which are a bit different. Because you basically bid for a wine, but you're also ready to maybe go a bit further just to give some cash to that cause. And in those auctions you're going to find amazing wines, and you're just going to find the regular ones, the ones you can actually buy directly from the wine grower. And that leads me to talk to you about the type of wines you're going to find in an auction. The first type is really the risky one. So those are wines that are not known, those are wines that you can find everywhere you want. Maybe they're on an older vintage, but that's about it. And if you add to that the bottles that don't have any labels, or the bottles that are too low with their level, then that's the risky part of an auction. The other part are the interesting wines. Interesting wines are from domains that are very well known, or wines that you can't really find anywhere, or an interesting vintage, or an interesting bottle, i.e. a big one. And this is the one I would probably consider basing all my work on. But keep in mind, in this category, competition is going to be quite tough. So how should you deal with all that? Well, the first advice I can give you is really to come up with your own personal price, i.e. because you've prepared yourself, you've got a price and you've got a limit, and you should always start bidding with that in mind, i.e. don't go above that limit. And believe me, if you don't do that before the auction, you're going to come to the auction, and because it's a wonderful time, and everybody's actually bidding, and you want the bottle, so you might be tempted to just say 10 more euros and end up with paying 100 more euros to what you've expected. So that's the one thing to do. Come with one price in mind and don't go above that price. The second advice I can give you is before you actually bid, go to auctions without bidding. Those are training auctions. Go there, you don't talk, you just sit, you observe, you see what is happening, and you bid in your head, and you see how everything goes. So you get yourself ready to that atmosphere, to that ambiance, and maybe when you start bidding, you won't be affected by this kind of interesting atmosphere. And then the last advice is go for it. Go for it. Until you've tried it yourself, until you bid your own money, you can't really know how it's going. So at some stage you're going to have to try. Maybe don't bid on big bottles, on big prices, go for the easier ones. So to get that knowledge, that experience of how it works, and maybe you're going to find that you're making amazing deals, and sometimes, as we've all done, you're going to basically crash, i.e. you're going to buy bottles that are far too expensive for what they are. Well, that's the name of the game. Now, one last thing. Always remember that the price you're giving is not the final price. In addition to that, you're going to have commission. This commission is going to be for the organization, all that. So again, when you prepare your price, be sure to know what the commission is going to be for that auction and add it to your price limit. Because if you spend, 1,000 euros, you know that's not the check you're going to have to write. It's probably going to be closer to 1,200. So again, be prepared and read all the small prints. I hope that answered your question. If you too have questions, send them over through social media with Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. You can also just ask me in the shop if you want to. If those videos are interesting to you, you can actually follow and subscribe on all social media. You're going to find photos, videos, recipes, free content. I hope you're going to have a wonderful week and we'll see each other very soon. Remember, keep on tasting. Bye bye.